You doing the going soon yet?
No, I'll just go right into it. I'm not worried.
What? What? There's no song or nothing?
No,
we gotta wait for people to get here?
No, people will get here. Don't worry about that. People are probably already here. Well, they'll be here in a second.
You just click the button.
It's fine. It's okay.
You got listen. They gotta watch an ad if they're even gonna do it.
No, they don't have to watch an ad.
They have to watch an ad. I'm watching an ad right now. It's like Thai coconut salmon dip. Hello flavor
really?
by McCrackin Canada.
See, mine doesn't.
Yeah.
Mine just
Here, I'll click on it. How do I click on it? Okay, click on the ad. There,
really
you got a little click thing.
I don't care about that nonsense.
Don't even worry about it, Bobby. I'm gonna give you a thumbs up. I'm gonna be the first one that gives you a thumbs up.
Now we're talking. You know, that's what I do.
All right.
I'm gonna go in there so I can thumbs up it. And...
Yeah, man. Oh, Chibi's back.
Oh, is she? Oh, my girl Chibi.
First.
That's my girl Chibi.
Chibi's first.
Chibi's the best.
Look at us, man. We're looking at each other. We're in the same room. Look at this. Luke Lohr's here.
There we go.
I kind of like this, just hit and go. Like, what do people do that music for? You know?
Music for? Because you know what happens? Copyright strikes. Thank you, Nintendo. I don't need that.
Don't get copyright strikes.
I don't need that in my life. Although I gotta tell you, like, let me see something. I did that video today, and I'm looking. I did a video today. I don't know if you watched my video today. You get a whole bunch of shout outs. It was a shout out Daily Guru. Kind of. But I also was dancing and lip syncing, right?
Oh yeah.
So through the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Never got a copyright strike, dude.
That was amazing.
How is that possible?
Perfectly. Well, maybe it's still coming. Maybe it's a big one.
Well, you know what? Yeah, it's a LL Cool J one. Like midway through the day, bang, they hit me and take the music off.
Maybe like Ubisoft's E3 conference.
How do I like this video? I gotta eliminate the chat first.
I don't think anybody's noticed that I'm in your bedroom right now.
Well, that's because nobody needs to know that you're in my bedroom right now.
I mean,
we can
I suppose.
I think Chelsea would be upset if she knew you were in my bedroom right now. So,
she'd be okay. She would honestly understand.
The song is My Way, Rybo, from Calvin Harris. For those of you that are into that kind of thing.
Hey, did you know something about Jonathan Brown?
That he's a musical genius?
He's a musical genius, and he's got a voice of an angel.
Let's not get crazy now. Let's not. I
think he does.
No, please don't do that.
I think he does. Please Look at everybody. Everybody's here. We haven't even started the show yet.
You're that enabler, right? You're that enabler that you see these people go on American Idol that are garbage, right? And because you don't know how to be honest with people and tell them the truth, they think they can sing. And they really can't sing.
I wasn't even talking about a sing. I've never heard him sing. I just think him talking. It sounds like how I want angels to talk.
He had. I don't know if that's angels. Okay, I view angels as a feminine voice. He's got like this.
I think that's sexist, Bobby. Did you miss me? This is special. This is special. We have something good here, Bobby. Come on. Should we do the show eventually here?
Go ahead. Whenever you're ready to do your.
You want me to just do the amazing patrons?
The patrons on Patreon. That's.
Oh my God! All right.
Took me forever.
It's just weird because normally I like click a button and then I do the thing and like everybody's here.
A little bit differently, okay?
We're doing things a lot differently. I'll tell you what.
Whenever you're ready though for me to do the intro, let me know because I have the intro ready to go.
So do you want me to like do the patrons and then you do the intro?
I want you to do the patron intro.
Okay.
And then when you're done, when you hit the last of the 90 names.
Yeah.
Then you can point to me or something, and I'll just click and then we'll come out of that and do.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do this. You ready? I'm ready. Hey everyone, it's me, Sean Capri. Bobby's back, and we're not getting him any money at patreon.com/makeusbetter, especially all our platinum executive producers like Corey Hicks at twitch.tv/chicks_18, Mr. Mark Moody. I'm going to be on his show this weekend, youtube.com/outoflives. The gold executive producers, Mike BC from Quest for Pixels and Panache Malloy, are executive producers, Mr. Stephen Iafrate, JoeySplats, Caro Underwood, Dante Bellini Jr., Jared Gauthier, Dude427, Kevin Austin, Josh Borbone, Tammi Ryan, Robert Bobby Miller, Tim Aulph, Joel Brooks, Martini Jean, David Ray, Jesse Armstrong, giving none of that money to Bobby. Let's do this whole thing.
Let's face it, as Nintendo fans, we are often left slightly disappointed and scratching our heads asking why. Where is our Super Mario Galaxy 3? Why isn't Metroid out yet? Bring back the Ice Climber seriously, and what were you thinking with the Virtual Boy? Well, sit back as Sean Capri and Bobby Pauls do just that. That's right, this is if we ran Nintendo. Now, cue the music, maestro.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 112 of If We Ran Nintendo. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by the greatest co-host in all the land, Sean Capri. What is up, Sean?
I'm so happy to be here, but I told you when you deleted me from the show and brought in Joseph Moran, I said I would be back. It is official. We are back together. Not only are we back, Bobby, we're in the same freaking room right now.
That is amazing, right? I don't know how we actually... What I did was, so people that are a little confused, I knew that we were going to do this. So what I did was, we're not technically in the same room, Sean. Let's do a little inside baseball. What I did was, I built this room, right? Mm-hmm. And then last weekend, on the other side of the house, I built the same identical room. So Sean's actually on the other side of the house right now. Mm-hmm. And... yeah, so it's a thing. You have a very nice smelling house, actually. I was very surprised at that. It's very when I look at you, I think of like a musk, like a nice musk. There's a musk. This is exactly what I thought. There's a musk right now. This just feels right, man. They let me over the wall. I climbed over, came over to Bobby's house. There's no wall up north. Please stop. You're at the wrong. I mean, we call walls something different, I guess. Your guys is like 10 feet tall. I don't even know what we're talking about. The forest. Bobby, how does it feel to be back, man? How are you doing? It feels pretty damn spectacular, man. Yeah. Like, look at this, dude. 16 people here already. This is insanity. I love these people. I love these people as well. Flux, just so you guys know, Flux isn't here. He's on vacation, and his internet was garbage, so he couldn't even come to even be in the chat at the moment, which kind of sucks, because I was really looking forward to doing this with him. Because for those that don't know, like, I anointed him my true replacement when everything went down. Like, I kind of gave the blessing of, like, Sean, if you're going to put a host in there, like, Jason Lacey's the guy. Like, but we were both on the same wavelength. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, when I said it, he was like, dude, I'm thinking the same thing. And we've always done that. Like, we've always had that chemistry where it's like, I'm thinking this and all that stuff. And so, but that aside, man, it feels amazing. Like, this is my first week done. It was funny because I built this hype, right? And this hype that would be the Guru Direct. And I mean, you know, because you were basically involved the whole time. 5 months in the making, right? At least. So I'm sitting here and I'm building this thing and doing this thing. And I tell the story in one of the million podcasts that I'm doing now. 2 minutes before the thing goes live, I can't breathe. I clench up because all of a sudden the stress hits me that, like, A, what if this thing flops? And B, how embarrassing. Yeah. But the bigger thing was, B, now it's time to go to work. Like, this was the fun part. Now it's time to do what I did for all that time, the past, 6 months prior, like 6 months ago and 6 months prior to that, like, that was what I was doing. But this week has been such an amazing week. And you're back at it, man. Oh, man, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I changed. And guess what? You're not allowed to leave us ever again. I'll tell you why. God willing, I won't. You're out of wives to divorce, Bobby. You can't leave us again. It's like the kid who's like, I can't come to school. My grandma's dead, and they're like, you've had like 7 grandmas die. You can't do that anymore. I'm not technically divorced. That's true. You know what? That's true. It's another milestone. There still is the chance that I can convince Tony to come home. Tony, come home. And then stop. I don't know. Is that what we want? Well, okay. So, are we allowed to talk about what's coming up? I don't even know. There's so many things. Well, what are the things? October. I don't. It's not official yet. I have no idea. What do you mean it's not official? It's not official yet, but it's possible. We can say it's possible. We're looking at mid-October. Maybe a little bit of a meetup on the East Coast. Dude, I already took the time off of work. You did not. Did you really? I told you it wasn't real. No, I didn't. You gave me dates. Oh, guys, this is so awkward. Everybody's here. They're watching us fight. It's our first time back. You told me the 16th that I was going to do. I know. It's not official yet. Oh my God, you're killing me, Smalls. Are you serious right now? Yeah, but I'm gonna make it happen, Bob. Right, it's okay. Don't you worry about it. We'll make it happen. We're not gonna. Don't you worry about it. We're not gonna get into details. Hoshui Ponce is here. I haven't seen Hoshui. Hoshui Ponce. Holy, the return of Hoshui. No, I haven't seen him since E3. Humble brag. There's a lot of humble brags, man. It's just, I got it. I got it like that.
And here's the thing too: you're doing all these shows with these people who are still like pretty new in your life, like relative, like Pat and Joe. Like they've been like you guys have a nice strong friendship and relationship. Yeah. But I've known you a couple years longer, so I don't have to put up with your crap. I don't have to. I don't have to.
Listen,
have to kiss your ass.
You know what? This is nonsense because this is not therapeutic, Sean. That I've grown accustomed to. All of a sudden, we start podcasting, and asshole Sean rears his head out. Like
I just gotta warn you, man. You're not gonna get no kiss ass from this guy.
What is going on over here?
I'm gonna love you no matter what.
Sean,
I'm grateful for your friendship. I treasure your friendship.
Sean. Let's kick this episode off like we do each and every episode with our shout-outs.
Geek outs! Yes, the geek outs. Look at the shirt, Tommy. Oh, it's Mario Kart. But
I actually got to do geek outs this week, and I was losing my mind being able to do a geek out. It was just awesomeness. You have any shout-outs that you want to do?
I have a shout-out to JoAfterWork, speaking of JoAfterWork, and to Ribo. And it's sort of like and
you stole two of them.
It kind of threw me off because we didn't do. Wait, what? What are you mumbling about?
I said you stole two of mine already.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, fine. You asked me to go first.
Go ahead.
I know that you're gonna have 17 freaking shout outs.
Yeah.
So, which is the role that I played over the last couple of months. Like Jason's like he's got like I'm gonna give a shout out to the community, and I'm like here's 14 people. My shout out is a very specific instance where Ribo had some trouble getting Octopath Traveler. Did you know this? There's some trouble with the shipping, and then they sold out of carts and everything. Like for whatever reason.
Canada.
Yeah, Canada. Pretty much just Canada. I think it froze on its way over.
You guys are too busy about trying to one up Trump rather than take care of your country, and that's what happens.
We're falling apart.
It's a tariff. It's a tariff you put against. You put tariffs against Nintendo of America, and Nintendo of America was just like, we're not going to give you Octopath. See you later.
I know. We can barely even make video games, We only have like Gears of War and Cuphead and all these other things coming out of Canada. Even our Canadian government's tweeting about Cuphead. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And
again, finish what you're
all right. So just really, really quickly, JoAfterWork bought a digital copy of Octopath Traveler for Ribo, and he was like, I don't know if anybody's ever had like a gift like that out of nowhere. Like it's kind of the thing that just kind of like drops your jaw.
Yeah.
Drops your jaw.
Drops your
Can't
jaw.
believe my podcast.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give a shout out to JoAfterWork because it was the sort of like gesture of kindness that I feel is representative of everything that we all believe in. We all want to like be here for one another. It was one of the most just like touching things I've seen. It just happened in front of me. Just like we're streaming and then Joe's like, can you pass this code along to Ribo? And I'm like, no man, you got to do that. That'd be like the big salad on Seinfeld. Yeah. So he went ahead and then Ribo just downloaded. He's like, I'm speechless, and it was very special. So JoAfterWork, Ribo, you guys are amazing. And Ribo's like, I don't deserve this. I'm like, if anybody,
he annoys me. He annoys me because he wants to be,
that's another way.
He likes to be Mr. Humble, and it drives me up the wall. Like he acts like he doesn't deserve anything, and everything that he's done for this community is insanity. Real quick, I just want to.
He's the reason why you dance in your guru video, in your direct
just because he goes hogwild. I make him
like,
work. That's why.
Please gift me.
Well, I want to real quick. I just want to jump into because since you mentioned them, I want to talk about them real quick. So, JoAfterWork, this whole week, I've been having like amazing conversations with him on a daily basis where I do something and he's my guinea pig now. Like I'll do my intros. My idea is let me do an intro and send it to Joe and see if he gives me the thumbs up. And then I know it's a good intro and I can go with it. And that started because when I did the intro, when I fell off the ladder, he was like, dude, don't ever do that again. Like, he really thought I fell off the ladder. And I was like, well, I did fall off the ladder. I did it, but I did it on purpose. So it's
like a wrestling.
Yeah, it hurt like hell, though.
You got to get those chairs and tables out there, too, Bobby.
That was nuts. Mew Mew, what is up, Mew Mew? I love you.
Mew Mew's here.
I haven't seen you in a while. And Chibi, welcome back. Everybody that's here. You got Cal is here.
Unbelievable.
We'll get into that in a minute.
I think Friday's a good night. How do you feel about Friday? We're on Friday. We're on new time.
Look, we're up to 20 people already.
TGIF, man. TGI, mother loving F.
So the thing is Joe is just phenomenal. He's just a great guy.
He really is.
But Ribo, me and Ribo have, and this is the God's honest truth, is we've become really, really good friends. And,
another Canadian.
And he is a blessing to me because throughout the entire time that I was away, I could lean on him to be like, hey man, I need to lose myself for a little bit. Let's go play some Fortnite. Let's go, whatever. And he does. And I can message him anytime and be like, hey man, you want a duo? And he's like, let's go. and then we just jump on Fortnite, and we just sit there and chat and talk, and, like, he's just a great friend to have, because I can just confide in him and talk to him, and he's just such... It's an amazing story of how him and I met, just me streaming, him showing up, and then all of a sudden him just turning around and being like, hey, Bobby, your stream's off. I think you can use some help. And he's like, just send me the analytics. And he would analyze, for those that don't know, like, he would literally, like, I'd go into my Discord, pull the analytics out, drop it to him in Skype. He would read them while I'd go to bed, and then he would read them, come back to me the next day and go, okay, change this, change this, change this. And I would make the changes as he told me to. And then he would go, at the end of the next stream, nope, it's still off. Give me the analytics. I'd send it to him. Sean, it was so disgusting that I could be streaming and he was telling me, like, you're dropping frames. I could see you're dropping frames. We got it to the point where I was dropping 1 frame a second. He knew it. And I'm like, how the hell do you know that I'm dropping frames at 1?
That's kind of a scary thing, guys. Like, I knew this story, but you're reminding me of, like, the level of detail that he was able to look at, like, even with or without the analytics. Yeah. So, like, God knows everything else that he sees that he isn't telling us. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Could be some serious problems happening right now. He's like, you know what, Sean? There's still a little bit of, like, green outline over your hairline and everything. Like, look, and there's a little bit of fuzz right here.
Yeah, he's such a blessing to the community. He really is. Because the thing is I could show up at different chats, different community members, and he's sitting there and he's talking to them, he's hanging out with them, and he's in the chat and he's working with them. Like, JoAfterWork, he's always there. Anytime we're streaming, anybody streaming, he's there, and he pops in and says hello. Such a good dude.
Yeah. What a rock.
The next shout out I want to throw is Alex Van Aken.
I shared this, please. Yes. God, yes.
So he's been going through a tough time. If you get a chance, please reach out to him. Via Twitter or whatever, shoot him a message. Off the top of my head, I can't remember his Twitter. Do you know his Twitter handle? I think
it's Van Aken.
It's Van Aken. Shoot him a message. He's been going through. He's had kidney stones at the moment. He was in the hospital last night.
Dude, he's got like triplets.
Yeah, he's bad shape, man. So he was in the hospital for a bunch of hours yesterday, trying to get it looked at and take care of. Please take the moment, shoot him a message. Just say you're thinking about him and you hope he's doing okay, because he is such a good guy, man. He really is. I met him via Sean 6 months ago, and he's just been very super supportive of everything that we do around here, and that's the kind of people you want to keep around. So, you got another one, Sean?
No, man, you're good. You're good.
Two last shout-outs. One is, I want to, real quick, this is a shout-out promo thing. Make Us Better is doing something really cool tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. They will be kicking off a Mario Kart tournament. It's going to be battle mode, Mario Kart, and then what's the other thing that's popping off?
Just Mario Kart.
I thought there was
Mario
3
Kart.
codes that they dropped out. No, but I mean, I don't know. I know they're doing battle mode. I know they're doing Mario Kart, like a tournament. Myself, I have fully intended on streaming this on my side, and I want to urge everybody to stream as well and get involved and hang out. We're going to be doing this. You guys got to jump in on this. This is going to be
going to be awesome.
So from 8 o'clock till 9 o'clock, I'll be with...
Oh, it's the Labo. That's the third thing.
Yeah, I'll be with Miss Click from 8 to 9 for Nintendo Talk Live. Once that's done, I'll refresh, come back half an hour later, and we will do... the Mario Kart Make Us Better stream. So you guys want to check that out and have fun with that and all that good stuff. Splatoon will be coming back. Chibi. The last shout out I have, the final shout out for the show today, because Todd Oxford's probably having a coronary. Whatever, Todd, calm down.
He's just happy we give him a shout out.
I know, he gets a shout out every week. That's all it's about with him. But the thing I wanted to say was I wanted to straight up, and I want to look directly in the camera as I say this, because I want you guys that are watching this right now, thank you. This shout outs to all you guys. You guys supported me. You had my back. You made last Friday the most amazing day of my life. Next to the moment that I did get married in Disney. I will say that was probably the best moment of my life. Then Last Friday was the next best, and then meeting Sean, then Toby.
I'm on the podium.
Got
there.
I did that because Toby got mad. But you guys really, truly, like, lifted me up. You made me feel so awesome. Like, literally, like, an hour before the directive's about to go off, you guys are counting it down. Like, that was the most amazing thing ever, man. I was actually so, like, taken aback. I was screenshotting it and sending it to my mom. And my mom was like, that is so cool. Like, she got all, like, into it and stuff. So, there's that. So, there we go. So, you have anything else before we move on, Sean?
I want to give a shout out to you, Bobby.
Oh, God, here we go.
I'm just kidding.
Okay,
I'm not going to do
God.
that. Everybody else is doing that. They're like, oh, thank God Bobby's back,
Yeah.
and we're going to, stroke his wiener
So,
for the first 10 minutes of the show.
You know what? You are a mess, man.
You know what, though? It is a lot easier with you here, I got to say. I don't have to talk at all. I just kind of, like, sit here.
I know. I'm just like, whatever, dude.
Bobby, you do your thing.
Real quick, before we move on, I just want to thank the chat. We have Bad Bit Games, Mr. Bad Bit, Joseph.
Oh, my God. So many people.
Carlos is here. Chibi, David. I haven't seen David in a long time, man. These guys are just awesome.
Talk's here.
Yeah,
everybody's
here.
Jonathan
it's just
Brown.
saying it's not even showing me everything. It's what the hell?
Dude
427. Cal is here. Lee Navarro is here. My man Lucas Lohr. Guys, go check out Luke's Mixer channel. He's doing that.
Mixer.com/InsipidGhost. Games with a Ghost.
And he's over there. But whatever. Go check it out. He's doing some special stuff. Pat from Nintendo Talk. Purple Monkey is here. Jonathan Brown. Ribo Flavins. Tony Fran. That's
Zach, man.
That's
pointing
guys,
out the rooms.
We're going to be doing Breaking Bells this week, I believe.
What?
We're going to have episode 0 that we're gonna mess with this week. So be sure to check that
Andrew
out.
Semichek's here.
Who is?
Andrew Semichek.
Look at Andrew. Oh!
Look at that. He doesn't even come to my own shows. He shows up for Bobby or whatever.
That's because we're doing some stuff today. So,
okay.
Real quick. So, I have 2 things we got to do.
All right.
Well, we would either just up in the topics.
Yep.
But you want to stay tuned, guys, because during the Guru Direct, I talked about doing a little giveaway, and the giveaway happens today. So
that's why Andrew's here.
We'll have the winner here. So let's jump into the topic, shall we? So if we ran Nintendo, how would we tackle Nintendo Online overall? Everything, straight through. So we all know that this is kind of a big thing. Nintendo is actually going to start charging us for online. It's something that's been talked about for a very long time, but Nintendo never dipped into that. PlayStation for a very long time with the PS3 was free. Xbox was the first one to be like, we're going to start charging people with the 360, correct? Was the first time that they charged people? But PS3...
I was paying on the original Xbox.
Okay, so then the original Xbox was but they were the first ones to create this pay online and all that stuff. And then PlayStation adopted it with the PS4. Nintendo, up until the Wii U, was like, no, we're going to be free. And now they're actually going to charge. So, in theory, what's coming along with that is some cloud save. Obviously, you're going to play games online. They did just announce this week that free-to-play games will not be charged. So, if you're playing games like Fortnite, Paladins, things of that nature, you won't have to pay to play.
Mistake.
Just because Xbox does it doesn't mean everybody has to do it.
Mistake. It's a huge mistake.
It's not a mistake.
Like amateur hour over there.
Dude.
Go ahead and play the biggest games online for free. Whatever. It'll be fine.
A little game called Smash. They don't need nothing else.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be bigger than Fortnite. It's not.
Really, Sean? Are you really saying that? It's a good. It may not be bigger, but it's going to be on the same level. I think it'll be up there. It's going to be way up there.
Okay, so that's the thing. So you think Smash is huge? Double that. Now you got like all these. I'm just saying, man.
I know, but I'm just saying, like this
is what
they're doing.
The show with you, Bobby.
Oh God, this is what they're doing. It doesn't matter. I think it's a good move. I think it's a good move not to charge for it. PlayStation doesn't charge for it, so I just think that Nintendo is just like, hey, if you're gonna pay, because here's the thing, and I brought this up.
PlayStation charge for what? For Fortnite?
Fortnite, they don't charge for Fortnite. You don't need to be. You don't have to have PS.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you don't have to PS Plus to play it.
Chat, we need some help on that.
Chat, look,
we get some fat
Ribo. I'll just go to Ribo. we know.
Badbit's saying 100%.
100% what? Free or 100%
I don't know.
charge?
It's free on. Oh,
It's
you
free
do.
on PS.
Oh, Andrew says you do have to pay.
Look at it.
Man,
Look at Rybo saying I'm right.
interesting.
Yeah. People are back and forth.
I'm mistaken. I think. Oh,
I'm right. You're wrong. What else is new? All right. Let's. I've been out the game, but I haven't been that
like
far
the word
out
mistaken
the game.
better
Okay?
than wrong, but yeah, sure. Whatever you say, Bobby.
So anyway, look at Zach. Zach nailed it. Bobby is always right. Thank you, Zach.
Dude,
I appreciate
Zach's
it.
comment makes me just want to quit right now, man.
So,
Back Joseph.
Okay, so the idea is this: there's things that they're doing. It is what it is. They also talked about this classic virtual console, 20 games. I don't want to say virtual console because that's not what they're saying. They're basically talking about the 20 games that'll be online, have online added features to it, and all that stuff. So with that, this is where we're a little bit like, what exactly is going on here, and what are they doing, and all that, and because they haven't listed all 20 games and whatever. But the idea is they're going to have a feature in there called Pass the Controller, which I think is the most ingenious thing ever. Essentially, if Sean and I are playing online, I can watch him play, and he's watching me play, vice versa. And then, like a game like Zelda, if I die, I could be like, okay, Sean, you take it. And I pass the controller to him, and then he takes it and goes.
It's crazy.
I think it's the most amazing concept ever. Because it takes you back to that couch co-oping days of like when I was a kid. So I'm really excited. I'm going to actually, cheap plug, we're going to go into, with Jams, Co-op Kings. We're going to do some stuff like that.
Brilliant.
You're just loving that background, aren't you?
I know, man.
This is the coolest.
Listen, everybody, I've been saying this, so people listen to the audio. On the video version at youtube.com/Nintendo Guru now, new home for Red Nintendo, new old home. Yeah. Old, new.
It's where it was.
I am in Bobby's room. Okay? So you can see behind me, Bobby's like all his toys are right behind me. Same toys are behind Bobby, they're behind me.
Yeah.
Here's what I put out to the chat. Join the Make Us Better or Nintendo Guru Discord, wherever you join. And hit me up. We can be friends on Discord. Send me a picture of your room. I'll be in your room next time.
There you go. That's a good idea. That is kind of cool. New thing. That is kind of cool.
Put me in your. I want to be in your room.
There you go.
All right.
It's kind of creepy.
Put an internet person in your room.
Yeah, put an internet person. Okay, so let's break it down. What?
All right.
What would we do here? So I want to start off with this. Nintendo's got a bad rap for not having the most powerful strength when it comes to servers. It seems like there is some times where things get a little bogged down and there's some issues. So my question to you, Sean, is do we outsource the servers? Do we keep it in-house, or do we go to a company and say, hey, you guys are in charge of this, you handle this, and you do this? And this isn't something that's new. This does happen. On the Wii it happened, but the problem was on the Wii they were going with GameSpy and they were just they couldn't keep up, and it was still new tech at that time. What's your feelings on this?
I mean, it depends on like what they've been up to this entire time. If they've just been sitting on their hands doing absolutely nothing, then yeah, it might be a time to kind of like call upon another company that does this all the time, and it's like their bread and butter. But let's not forget, like I feel. Maybe I'm going to be putting on my Nintendo apologist hat here above my hair. Yeah. And, like, Nintendo has some of the best engineers in the world. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we kind of forget, like, what the games that they pack onto the hardware that they bought. I was just playing on my Switch today. I was playing Octopath Traveler. And, like, every now and then, like, that wave of amazement that, like, I'm playing a console game in my hands. Like, they have some incredible engineering. So if they have been kind of putting that brain trust to work in the online space, I do think that they could make something happen.
Yeah.
Like my experience online with Nintendo has actually been good. I've said that a few times before. I've actually challenged a lot of people to say like, okay, this is sort of like this regurgitating rhetoric and narrative that people say that it's bad. We're going to get into things that we can actually fix. But I think in terms of like connection, my connection for Nintendo games has actually been pretty good.
Yeah.
So for me, I think it would probably say leave it with Nintendo. Or if we ran it, we're a profit-driven organization.
So let me ask you a question. We're not going to act like the Nintendo apologist and act like, there's never an issue. There's obviously issues with the online and the servers. But in your
and
opinion,
you can say that for the other two as well.
I know, but I'm just saying, in your opinions, when you've played online with Nintendo games, where and when have the issues arisen for you?
I feel like I used to get kicked from Mario Kart games on the Wii U a little bit.
No,
but
I'm talking on the Switch. I don't care about Wii U.
I haven't had any.
You haven't had no issues at all?
Not really.
So I'll be honest with you. My issues with the Switch have been Mario Aces. Only I haven't played it in a while, but only during the demo that they did.
Same here, and I don't even count that.
Yeah, and then the other one is that I definitely have issues with are Splatfests. And I feel like, and real quick, I feel like I could fix that. And partly here's the problems with the Splatfests. One, when they go global, I feel like there's just too many people on the servers. So at that point, you need to up the servers. Secondly, they need to take the Splatfest from a 2 decision to a 3rd decision. This way, it's more divisive, meaning you're going to split everybody up, and then you almost never will be in this situation where it's, coffee cup versus coffee cup. You know what I mean? Like, it's...
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you have, like, 3 different options to choose from instead of, like, head-to-head. I see what you mean. Yeah.
Peanut butter, jelly, and bananas. Like,
and I wanted a new mode where the turf war is 3 groups.
Yes.
So you can all play in the same one. So you got
that
like
would be kind of cool,
people.
too. But my thing is I would just like to see them make it where it's just more or less where you have the 3 options. This way, you're never playing against the same team. Because I feel like that dilutes things big time. Mm-hmm. But I feel like, so again, knock on wood, I haven't had any issues with Mario Kart. Mm-hmm. Regular Splatoon, I don't have issues with. Salmon Run, I never had issues with. Arms, we never had issues with Arms.
Arms was slick, man.
Arms was really good.
One of the best lobbies I've ever experienced.
Yeah, that lobby is amazing.
Just the way they kind of like mixed you around and stuff, and like you'd finish a match, and then you'd kind of, even if you finished a few seconds before everybody else, popped you back into the lobby, and like, okay, now these guys are gonna go off and do that. Like, why don't we see that? I like my pop can. I'm talking with my hands. I got pop in my hands. This is dangerous. We gotta see that more. So structurally, I think it's sound, but
Mario
I know
Aces
screaming at us about this.
Mario Aces, since it came back, has been good.
I think so. Yeah.
Fortnite, I don't necessarily have any issues. I will say this. There seemed to be an issue earlier this week. Seems like it got fixed. But that's also, in my opinion, is because Fortnite changes seasons every 10 weeks. So when you do that, I feel like you run the risk of just adding bugs to the game and putting glitches in the game. But it seems like this week's been better than last week. But otherwise, so you're saying that you would keep it in-house. You wouldn't outsource it.
I seriously wonder, especially Nintendo's in growth mode right now. They're selling like gangbusters. They're about to launch Pokemon. They're about to have Smash. Yeah. They have unlimited resources to put into this. And like usually I make fun of Nintendo for like trying to come up with like a new, better way. Even like they tend to reinvent the wheel. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think that they possibly can actually reinvent the wheel. Maybe they might be able to make a better wheel. And Andrew Semichek is saying use Microsoft servers. I think that's what Luke Lohr is actually saying. Maybe that's what you were alluding to as well.
That's what I was kind of alluding to. So, and let's talk this out a little bit. My feeling has been, and I've made this known a few times, I feel like there is such a strong relationship happening right now between Nintendo and Microsoft that I feel like the opportunity for them to partner on certain things just seems very likely. And I'm not sure where it's going to happen, but I think something is a very potential possibility moving forward.
If I ran Microsoft, yes, they are gonna. I'm obviously trying to sell business to business. Yes. If I'm Nintendo, I'm a little apprehensive of like, okay, our entire like infrastructure is with this giant, like this competitor. Although maybe Nintendo really doesn't think of Xbox as a competitor, as they've said before.
I think there was a time, you know what I mean? Like I think during Iwata's early years and even middle, but over the course of the Switch, things have absolutely changed. Mm-hmm. You know, I feel like right now, I mean, dude, they did a commercial together. Like that, I never would have thought that they would do a commercial together. But I also feel like because they both are the underdogs at the moment to Sony, you kind of become bedfellows, you know, where you're in a situation where Sony's just running away with it. So why wouldn't you kind of team up together and do something together? So I really think there's an opportunity there, but I don't know. Like, if I'm looking at this from the perspective of, we got to go back to, and it's the thing we always do. If we ran Nintendo, what would we do? And for me,
how did Nintendo fans? So if something happens to the network, let's say it's all hosted by Microsoft or whatever that all works, it's Microsoft tech, and something goes wrong, and Nintendo fans go, "Why did we ever like?"
Yeah.
Not that they had a decision to it, but it's just like this weird kind of like. You don't get mad at Nintendo anymore. Yeah. You get mad at like Microsoft.
And that's the thing. I feel like this. Like, don't get me wrong. I like the idea of having Microsoft help. But if I ran Nintendo, I want control over that aspect.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
I want the buck to stop here. If there's a problem with the servers, then now would I hire them as consultants? Possibly. Would I try to lure some over there to come to us and help us? Possibly. But I feel like if it's me, I'm not going to give away my service to somebody else just because of the fact of, if there are issues, what do we do? And look, again, knock on wood, the past couple of years, Nintendo really hasn't had a problem on Christmas Day. The other two companies have been a nightmare. Last year wasn't so many problems, but the 2 Christmases before that, like, nightmares. You couldn't even get online to get your, like, there was one, I think it was 3 years ago now, Microsoft was down for almost a week. Sony was down for like 3 days. Like, it's just nuts, you know? So that's the issue that I feel that where Nintendo has to be careful with going in with a Microsoft, because hackers tend to go after things of this nature, and it could potentially be an issue. But
Luke Lohr brought up a good point, saying that Google and Apple both pay for the Azure clouds from Microsoft. Okay. Like, so direct competitors are already, like, this is already happening. Yeah. So I don't know if people are thinking that this topic is kind of like, that would never happen, but Luke Lohr brings up a good point in that, no, it actually does happen. So maybe. But like, I think that Nintendo especially, I think we're in line with that too. Control is like kind of number one, like before even user experience in a lot of cases. We've all kind of experienced that in the past. So yeah, I would just, even from a curiosity standpoint, I would just like to see what the Nintendo ninjas kind of figure out.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, my thing is, I would keep it with us until you hit like year 2.
2-3 years ago, I would have been complete. Like, when we started the show, I probably have been probably done something like this before, where I said like, no, good God, somebody else do this.
But my thing is I would look at it as in 2 years, if we're having issues, then maybe I would look at it. But coming out at the gates, I would feel like I would want control.
But isn't that what this whole period is? That's what this period should have been. This like quiet, like you're not paying for it, this free period should have been like, can we handle this?
Yeah, and I think that might have been the answers. You know,
I agree.
I also think that's why they pushed back the launch. This is supposed to happen a year ago, if everybody remembers.
Yeah,
and you know, like, we should be paying for it now, but they pushed it back. So,
so we're talking about mostly infrastructure here. The thing is, as soon as we start paying for it, I want my features. Like, I think that when I see you're playing Mario Kart in my friends list, I can't just join you. I gotta go into Mario Kart and I gotta go like find your room and everything like that. Like, I need to have the same type of functionality that I've got on the other consoles of like, okay, Bobby's doing this thing, I want to go watch him. Or even to the point where, like, if you're streaming right from your thing, I want to go watch your stream. Something like that. Like, to see like what you're playing, I want to go buy that game, I want to go jump into your game or join your party. Obviously, voice chat is a thing that we always talk about. But I want to have the same type of experience, like within, it's almost like a UI thing needs to happen. Yeah. When the Switch Online launches.
All right, so the next thing I have on the list here is free games. So when you look at PlayStation, Xbox, that's the biggest thing, that they give you free games every single month. Now, the 20 games that Nintendo is giving out the gate, I guess some people could look at this and go like, well, there's your free games. You know what I mean? Like, we're giving you 20 games for free out the gate with added features to it, with online, online play and all that stuff, which is kind of cool. But would we reach out to indie teams, third-party teams, and go, okay, we want to offer a free game a month? Is that something you're interested in doing, or do you think no?
Man, this is so amazing. Like just doing the show with you for so long and how things change. I feel like a lot of people in the chat can jump in on this as well, but the whole free game thing, the perspective of the free game thing from most gamers has changed so much because the games just like you run out of games so quickly. Yeah. Like if you're giving out a handful of games every like it's Halloween, next thing you know, you're like, well, I guess you can have this game. You're just kind of like shoveling things out. And so I'm of two minds. Like I think before I would have been, yes, like how can you do anything different than what is the status quo and the expectation from people? But like now I start to think like maybe that's not necessarily the right answer. And you see this everywhere else too, even Twitch. If you have a Twitch Prime membership, you're getting free games over there. So you're getting free games everywhere. Yeah. So I'm just wondering if it like, man, Nintendo just, they know what's in their heart of hearts, Bobby. And it seems to be working because like you see these kind of like these fads and these trends kind of like come and then go, and like I feel like people don't really care too much about the games with gold, the PlayStation Plus. I'm getting Vita games on my PlayStation Plus thing. Yeah. So like maybe there's just something different. It also means that people are actually just gonna pay for games. Like there's a lot of there's this thing that happens when you're on the other consoles where you're like, you know what, that looks like a games with gold game. That looks like a PlayStation Plus game. For some reason, you can kind of like spot them, and then you don't buy them, and you wait, and you're like, oh, I was right 6 months later, and I play it over there. So if it's never a thing on Nintendo, then you continue to buy their games. It's like a way for all of their games to keep their value, and I think that's in line with what they've done. I can't remember where you were talking about it was on the Trophy Room, the podcast made by the players for the players. Rate 5 stars, make us better. So I think like. I'm really putting myself into Nintendo shoes here. As a gamer, I love free games all the time, right? But it doesn't line up with the cost of the thing. It's $25, right? $24.99 for single, and like $35 for like 17 memberships.
It's $20 in the United States.
Oh, okay.
It's 20 for the year, $35 if you want to do 8. If you want to link 8 consoles to it.
That's insane, man.
It's pretty awesome. All right, so the free games, I'm in agreement. I wouldn't give free games because I already feel like, again, we're doing the 20 free out the gate. There's no need to do this with the indies and the third parties. Like, let them kind of figure out their own thing.
I do want to see it expanded beyond NES though. Like what they're currently doing with NES, I love that. I want to see more of that for sure.
Yeah. I'm going to skip the next one. I'm going to go to physical gifts. So if you remember Club Nintendo and all that, like we used to have the option to get free stuff off a rewards program. So I guess that kind of ties in to the Nintendo Club that they have going on now. So my idea is my question is would you go back to any physical gifts, or would you just leave it digital games and all that?
Not for that. Maybe there's a way to like not giving it away, but maybe gives you access to a store that you can buy things. I think that would be pretty sweet.
That'd be kind of cool. I think they should create an online store like Japan, like the UK, where you can actually buy stuff from them and get it delivered right to your house. So that'd be kind of cool. Discounts on games. Like
definitely.
Like you look at PlayStation, and what I mean by that is, yes, we have games on sale. You know what I mean? But typically, when you go buy stuff from the PlayStation store and the Xbox store, if there's games on sale, you get a little deeper cut on the games on sale. But they also offer exclusive sales to the members. So I think that's something that I'm very interested in. And I think it would help Nintendo to get this program up and running and going and all that stuff. So if you offer the ability of like, hey, we're going to offer you an additional 5% on whatever sale items are, I think that's a good move, honestly. And I would also like to see that extended across the board and going, we're going to take 5% off of everything you buy out of our store right off the jump street. Brand new game, 5% off. Because ultimately, as Nintendo, we want them to start buying digital games. You want everybody to start buying digital games. So as you're starting to look into the world and you're seeing GameStop failing, all these Best Buy's doing away with Gamers Unlocked, Amazon doesn't offer the 20% sale no more for Prime members, Toys R Us went out of business. When you look at these things and you go, the physical market is starting to fail beyond collector's editions and stuff like that, I think you want to start to convert people to as much digital as you can. in the future. So I would, me personally, 5% right off the top and just go from there. And I don't, this nonsense of they have to protect the retailer, hogwash. It's hogwash. You have Amazon, and you can sell directly to the customers. That's not a big thing. Like a lot of places do it. How hard is it to slap a label on something and ship it out? They ship from Japan to warehouses in the United States. How hard is it to go, we're going to put a distribution center or hire a third-party company to be your distribution center? It's not that difficult. It's not as hard as people make it out to be. So, and you can actually work a deal with UPS that I know for a fact that UPS will store your product and ship it for you. So there's no way possible that this couldn't become a thing. The nonsense of people saying that they have to keep the physical games alive because they need retailers to sell their hardware, that's not true. I don't feel. There's other options out there. They're just trying to be a courtesy to the people that got them to the dance and got them there for all those years. But with like I said, with GameStop starting to run into issues and there's talks of bankruptcy and talks of, selling, I think we have to look at other things in the future. They're not going to be there in 10 years. So you got to figure something out.
Here's the thing, just really quickly, Bobby. Sorry to jump in.
No, go ahead.
The thing that people don't realize about Nintendo, and maybe I think Nintendo doesn't even realize this, is that Sony and Xbox they built their businesses around recurring revenue like subscriptions. Yeah. This is Nintendo's first time doing this. Yeah. So they actually don't know what is about to happen. So I think in terms of like using this to leverage digital sales is something that they're not going to do yet. And I wouldn't do it at this time either, because the dollar amount for the service isn't large enough to subsidize any of that stuff. So Nintendo is still they're still pushing forward their age-old mantra and motto and business model of the software and the hardware is driving revenue. This is bonus cash for them. Whereas everybody else is using like the subscription. It's like, let's try and make the subscription model as valuable as possible for our players. Nintendo's not there yet. They're like, we can maybe bolster our infrastructure or maybe get you involved a little bit differently. But like the whole point, like $35 or $40 or whatever it is for 19 accounts, it says to me that this is completely bonus cash for them. They are still trying to sell games at full price as much as possible. And I don't expect that to be there. And lots of accessories as well. But
again, this isn't what Nintendo does. This is what we do.
I think I'm like, man, do that as possible.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Calm down.
All right.
The other thing that I would do is, if you are a Nintendo Online member, I would offer discounts in Nintendo New York, as well as when Universal opens, I'd offer discounts to either get into Universal or however they work that. If they have a store in Universal, I'd offer some discounts. What at 5%? Like, because here's the thing. For those that don't know, there was a time where I went to Disney every single year. And when Tony and I would go to Disney, as Disney Vacation Club members, which means we have a timeshare down in Disney, inside Disney itself, we got discounts in all the stores. So you go in, you flash your card, and then boom, they would give you discounts. Annual pass members, if you buy an annual pass, you could go into any store, flash your annual pass, and you got a discount. I feel like it's the same thing. I feel like if you're a Nintendo Online, because I feel like this is Nintendo's advantage.
Is this all like for the same subscription that they're doing now? Is that what you're saying, like for the $20 one? Yes. Or do you think like there's a would you do a premium thing or something like that?
Okay,
we have all these other things are added on.
We might as well hit that point. Let's hit that point and move forward. Would you keep the price what it is? And that's the thing. I would raise the price. I think $20 is way too cheap. I think 40 to 50 is probably the sweet spot.
Isn't that crazy? Like, I feel like everybody's kind of like nodding along with this too. They're like, yeah, like it is kind of too cheap. There's this weird thing that like they undervalue.
I would offer all these additional things. And I feel like to offer all these additional things, us coming in at $20 is not the price point. If you want to turn around and you want to, like, you look at just the things that we just mentioned, with the physical gifts, if we were to do that, but we just said we wouldn't. The discounts on the games, the discounts in the Nintendo store, all this stuff. Like, I feel like, yes, it should be a little bit more pricey. I'm at the point where I'm like, there's a possibility of me buying a second Switch this year. So I'm just going to buy the $35 one so I can link them both together and have free online. Like, dude, that's $35 is cheaper, is half the price of the other two.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. If you went in at $40, 45, I think it's the sweet spot. And you could, and I know that's probably not the popular opinion, you know, but
you know what it does though? It reminds me of one of the best values in video games, EA Access.
Yeah.
I think is it right on the same price, about $35, something like that. They've got a great system there with their vault. I love their system of you get early access, you get like 10 or I don't know, somewhere between 5 and 10 days early. You get a 10-hour free trial, like the full game basically there. Yeah. Depending on which one it is.
Yeah.
But I would like to see some of those features come on over, especially for that price. It's just all first-party stuff anyways. I mean, first-party for EA.
Yeah.
But that would be great as well. So, yeah, just kind of like matching up the value of it with what you're actually going to be deriving from it.
The other thing is the final caveat that I would add to this piece is I would ditch the mobile app and I would create a voice chat. It's okay, so look, Fortnite came along and taught us all that this thing here, the Switch, for those that are listening, can handle voice chat built in the thing. The difference is it's got to be baked in the game. So it's got to be already built from the ground up in the game. So a game like Splatoon, a game like Mario Kart is never going to have it because it's not already built in the game. They would have to start from the scratch and build it in. But moving forward, a game like Smash... But
that's built in, right? Because there's different chats. There's game chat and then there's party chat.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. So
okay, I'm sorry for interrupting. I'm sorry, Bob.
It's fine.
You just like tell me to back off.
So my thing is I would make it where it's like we're going to build games up throughout, because I feel like you start one way and then you move forward. Because I don't know that the Switch can handle party chat. You know what I mean? Like I'm assuming, but the built-in chat isn't the best right now. You know, like Fortnite has an issue. And I don't know if it's just because of the Sony Golds or not, but when we're in the bus, the minute I launch from the bus, it's all crackling, breaks up, can't hear anything.
It's all the wind. It's all the wind, Bobby.
The minute I hit the ground,
parachuting down. Yeah.
The minute I hit the ground, boom, the voice chat opens up and everything's fine again. So it's a little weird. I'm just assuming it's the Sony Golds, to be honest with you. Maybe that the wireless might be the problem. There could be some, because of the wireless controller, whatever it might be. But my thing is I feel like they need to implement, now that people they basically, it's like the Wizard of Oz. When they unveil the curtain, there's no going back. And it's the same situation. Epic unveiled the curtain, that this thing can do voice
I think
chat.
they literally went back when they went behind the curtain in Wizard of Oz, though. I think they just like turn around and
What I meant was.
I know what you meant. I want to address something Joey Craig says in the chat. Skyward King says, I'm thinking 4 to 6 player party chat would decrease performance. I think we need to get over this nonsense. Yeah. We get a whole bunch of this stuff about like battery power and all this like Bluetooth. Can't use Bluetooth because there's too much to draw on the battery. Listen, Skype is a program that's like 20 years old. Yeah. Voice over IP is not a new thing. Yeah. It can handle this. Yeah. It can, like, we should not be thinking that, and don't sell the Switch short, man. Like, look at the stuff it's able to do.
The thing is it's doing it now.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Chat in the thing right now, and it's handling it.
We should demand more.
Like, Rybo hardwires in. He never has an issue. It's me using the wireless that's the issue. So I'm not sure if it's interference between the controller and the headset. Like, I'm not sure exactly what it is. But at the end of the day, I know that if I plugged in the top of this thing, I would have no problem at all hearing people. Mm-hmm. So
maybe I should do that.
I think that you like this storyline, this narrative that you can't is not true. Yep. It can. It's just that when you say that it can't, you're basically giving Nintendo their out, because Nintendo just goes,
exactly.
Oh, it can't. This is not true. Like I said, Epic proved that it can. And Epic, as they were making the game, said, we knew that voice chat was important. It had to be there. This is what they were saying to our Treehouse Live. And they said, in a couple days, you will have it. We'll put a patch in. It's there. It's done. So they had to spend a little bit of extra money. They had to bring an outside team in order to make it happen, but they did. So I just feel like as Nintendo, if we ran Nintendo, I would go to Epic and go, hey, we want to talk to that team. Bring them in. And let's have a conversation.
I've heard you say that before, too. It kind of makes me giggle a little bit. Like, they wouldn't know how to do it themselves. Like, they know how to do it. You said this yourself. They lie to us all the time. Well, like, they know how.
Here's the thing. If Epic didn't know how, they had to hire someone that was a master of that. Then why wouldn't Nintendo have to do that? They're not a tech company, Sean.
Yeah. They're pretty techy.
They hire... Like, this is NVIDIA. This isn't Nintendo. Like... It's just how it is. They always hire outside stuff. They don't make it themselves.
It's an interesting point that isn't untrue.
So anything else that you would do before we wrap this up?
I think I had like 17 other ideas, but I didn't want to interrupt. So,
right. Well, I mean, if you had,
I honestly don't remember what they are. Like that's my dad brain now, man. It's there, and I'm like, that's a really good idea. You should say that. It's like float away into the ether. I missed you though, buddy. Every Friday, we get to hang out now.
So look who just showed up.
Oh, look at that! I told you it's Van Aken.
Yeah, man. What's up, Alex? How you doing? Hope you're feeling better.
No kidding.
So the last thing, I need you to pick a number between 1.
I have so much power.
And 110.
You had 110 entries.
Just pick a number.
You had 110. Oh man, I can't. Oh, how am I going to make this decision? How am I possibly going to make this decision, Bobby? Okay, definitely not going to be 4. Can you tell me who 4 is? Because PlayStation 4, I can't do it. PS4. Not going to be 1 because it can't be the Xbox One. So it can't have 1 or 4 into it. 2DS, 2 or 3 could be it. 23.
You got 1 and 110, and you're
23.
talking about like 1 and 2.
23.
So
23.
So you're going Michael Jordan.
23.
You're going Michael Jordan. All right, hold on here. We looked at the list.
Oh, it should have been 69. I should have. 23 is the number. 23 is the number.
Hold on one second.
Super rigged. He's like, okay, who got to put into 23 now?
Huh? Who's saying?
You're like,
oh, Rybo. Rybo with his nonsense.
I thought you said Rybo 1.
No. I'm looking at... Because Rybo is always with the rig stuff. He's always constantly with the rig stuff. So, Sean, go behind you on the shelf and grab the... It's literally right behind you, right there. Look. It's right there. That's so funny. Hold on a second. I gotta do something. What the hell am I doing?
Okay,
oh my God.
I grabbed it off the shelf, Bobby. Here's the prize everybody wants. It's a McDonald's. I can't look at it. Look at the green screen chroma key it out. It's not even green. It's blue, for God's sakes.
Oh, well, it's blue or green, right? That's how it works. That's how it always.
It's kind of a hologram thing.
Oh my God.
The bottom is definitely green. Look at that. Well,
you can like see right. It's kind of weird how you can see through. And what the strange thing too is like that's over your face right now.
I know. You see through my head too.
And it sees. Oh my God, it's so weird. Hold on a second, Sean. I'm getting there. Hold on. Oh my God, what am I doing?
Yes, Ryba says it's the return of the Sean shows his stuff segment.
This is true. My favorite. This is true. That's that is a thing.
I just got Octopath Traveler. Here's some stuff I've got over here.
Oh my God.
Did this come with no instruction booklet or nothing, man?
It's just a mess. And then I saw all these people with like 8 different like things. You know what I mean? Like all these different packs and stuff.
There
was
actually really giving this thing away. What's taking so long?
The crazy thing is, hold on a second. The crazy thing was that there was actually 115, but a bunch of them came in after the thing was over today. So let me see here. So we got. Oh my God! Come on. 1, 2, 3.
I see it. It's right there, Bobby. I wonder what's happening. Who do you guys think it's going to be? It's Panache says, I opened my Splinter Cell Double Agent I bought at the store, and there were like 4 manuals in there. Yeah, you get like 6 languages.
So the person that won...
Yeah.
Epic Sonic for thy win.
No way.
Yeah, Joe. So I'll reach out to Joe.
How did you? What were you showing me there? I didn't know. It looked like
That's
a list of videos.
It's his YouTube page.
Oh, YouTube page. Oh, okay.
When you click on their name, it takes you to their YouTube page.
Definitely rigged. So definitely rigged.
How's it rigged?
I don't know. Everybody's saying it's rigged in the chat, so
I don't listen.
Gotta go with the mob, right?
I don't listen to these people.
Definitely rigged.
So I'll reach out to Epic Sonic and see if he
give a thumbs up if you think it's rigged.
Yeah, do that.
Right?
Do that.
Do that. Yeah. You see what it did? You're like, wait a minute, I'm insulted. No, I'm not. That's good.
Exactly.
Thumbs up are good.
Look at these guys.
I'm sorry, Tim Aulph. 23. You can blame Chelsea.
Blame Chelsea for what?
It's her birthday thing. Like it's her birthday's on the 23rd.
It's alright, because the other day, what did I pick? The other day when I picked the winner for the for this one that I did the giveaway, I picked number 4 because that's Kevin Harvick's number.
Yeah, well, it always comes from somewhere. It's not completely random.
Did
you see what you're giving away? We did a whole joke thing.
Oh, you didn't
show everybody what?
Well, it's a 2DS Pikachu. That's right.
I'm just saying, maybe some people didn't really realize. How are you giving that away? You got Bobby Big Bucks over here. No, I love how you point there, like you can grab it, like as if it's a green screen. Like I don't know if you're actually in your room right now.
I'm not.
Oh, what if you're in the other room? Like imagine if you like popped through the door. You're like, I'm here. I would lose my mind.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
I'd give you a big hug.
It would be awesome.
Snuggle into like that space.
So that is all. Thank you guys for watching my first episode back. Sean's 112. Well, it's not even 112 for you. Episode 112 of If We Ran Nintendo. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by.
Do the intro again.
I was. Anyway, you can follow me. Just go to nintendoguru.com. Check out everything I'm doing over there. Sean Capri. Sean like Connor. Capri like the pants. Jason Lacey. Rest in peace, Jason. That's the new.
Oh no! Oh no!
JW Lacey on the Twitters, and go check out Mr. Van Aken over at OK Beast. Peace out, Preston.
Good to see you, Bobby.
You too. Are you done recording?
I'm gonna hit stop now.
Okay.
Are we live still?
We're live. I didn't turn it off. I guess I should turn it off, right? That would make sense. Bye, everybody. See you guys later. Peace out, Preston. All that good stuff. Have a good one. Tomorrow night, Mario Kart. All that good stuff. Come see Nintendo Talk Live first.
Just work through that stroke, Bobby.
I'm gonna work through that first. Just let these people. Bye. It's the best thing ever. I love this.
It's the stupidest things, right?
It's the funny. It's the
green screen. Oh my god, that's awesome. I love it. Bobby drop. You're an idiot.
All right. See you guys later.
See you guys. Thanks for coming.